So tired. Need coffee. Uh. Good morning, nerds, and welcome to the second episode of LARP Dad. I am your host. I'm your LARP Dad. Today we are going to be doing another little getting to know you segment because word on the street is that's a good thing to do when you're brand new to YouTube. So, in keeping with the getting to know you tradition, we are going to be doing what's on Dad's shelf. So, these are the two main bookshelves in my house. As you can see, they are chock full and overflowing with all kinds of geeky gamer goodness. All the way down to the bottom, where we get to, assorted randomness and baby stuff, because, that at-home dad life. But we're going to go through this shelf by shelf, and I'll say a couple of things about each shelf that we find, and yeah. So, aside from the obvious random display pieces and hats and masks and all kinds of goodies that we have up on top, just kind of chilling out and collecting hordes and hordes of dust. That brown top hat you see there, my wife actually wore that to our wedding, and it's awesome. And, lots of fond memories attached to that. But now we are going to look at the top shelf of the main gaming bookcase. And this is where we keep all our board games. So you can see I have a bunch of Munchkin here. Being an at-home dad with, little kids, Munchkin's actually a pretty good game to get the little ones involved in gaming with. When they get a little bit older, the DC deck building games right there, those are awesome, and they're also great for when you have company over and you've been drinking, and, just fun shenanigans can ensue with that. And, Cards Against Humanity. Yeah. So the next shelf down from there, we have what really got me into gaming big time, which is the World of Darkness. And, well, I actually have two whole shelves dedicated to just World of Darkness books. Because I don't have a problem, I have a solution. My wife and I actually met playing Vampire the Masquerade. We were actually playing in the Mind's Eye theater system back before the newest revisions came out, so back in Revised, and this entire top shelf of the second bookcase is dedicated to just that, just purely Mind's Eye Society, or Mind's Eye theater books from the old system. But you can see here, I have the OG Vampire the Masquerade book, Storyteller, Sabbat, Camarilla. Oh god, I wish this book never happened. All the clan books, assorted modules for the game, getting to Werewolf, and all the changing breeds. The Dia de los Muertos pony that my wife made, a happy little troll that my mom got me when she and my dad went on a cruise of the Baltic Sea. We've got Demon the Fallen, which is actually one of the most underrated old World of Darkness games that there is. I freaking love Demon. It's, in my opinion, aside from Wraith, probably the most well-written book or game series that they have. We've got Vampire the Dark Ages, Mage the Ascension, Wraith. Oh god, I love Wraith so much. It's so hard to find people to play that game with. We got Changeling, Old World Changeling, Kindred of the East. Shout out to my friend Jess Heinig. Mummy the Resurrection. Oh man, that failed. Let's see here. We got New World of Darkness, starting with Vampire the Requiem. I've only actually ever played it in one Vampire the Requiem game, and I played Alankia Sanctum alongside my wife, who was playing an Ordo Dracul, and that was in the Mind's Eye Society during their last Chronicle. Promethean, which I actually really enjoy, but it's really hard to run that game. Changeling, which is my favorite. Holy crap. Changeling The Lost is probably the best in the new World of Darkness series, because it's Lovecraft combined with just all kinds of horrific stuff. They took this book and got it drunk and had it party with Lovecraft, and you got this, and it's amazing. And then we have some of the more recent, the Mind's Eye Theater books. Fun fact, this is the palm of my hand. That's the werewolf book. This thing is a friggin' brick. I mean, it's ridiculous. When we got this in the mail, I was like, what? Yeah, it's redonkadonk huge. And then, you know, of course, Vampire with cheap bookmarks, because there's a bunch of stuff that I'm looking up in there right now. So, yeah. World of Darkness is really where I got my start. So, the next shelf, we have just some of my more assorted games, as well as D&D and Pathfinder stuff. Over here in a corner where it belongs is Werewolf the Forsaken, because that game was horrible. One of my favorite indie games of all time, Unhallowed Metropolis, steampunk post-zombie apocalypse game. It's freaking amazing. Legend of the Five Rings, written by my friend John Wick. And we got several books from that. We got Shadowrun, which is always fun if you've got a literal brick of D6 sitting around. Iron Kingdoms, steampunk, mech fights, yes please. Then we've got, you know, Pathfinder and D&D, assorted versions. And now we get into some of the stuff that I've actually kickstarted. And I love Kickstarter for what it's been doing for the gaming community, and seeing all kinds of new products getting out that wouldn't necessarily make it through an average developer's line. Hellscapes right there is a post-apocalyptic module for the most recent edition of D&D, and it's a lot of fun. Spire is its own system where you play a dark elf revolutionary fighting against the oppressive high elf regime. Legacy, Life Among the Ruins, is a very, very modular system where you play a family or a clan of characters over a long span of time. So you don't get too connected with one character, but you get connected with their lineage. Cavaliers of Mars, set in the John Carter of Mars universe, also kickstarted, lots and lots of fun. 7th Sea, hi John. John Wick recently kickstarted this a couple years ago, and the Kickstarter made over $1 million, I believe, and that is awesome, and there's still content coming out for it, and that's rad. Dragon Age, because that is near and dear to both mine and my wife's hearts. We didn't kickstart this one, but it is still awesome. Deadlands 20th Anniversary Edition, because Weird West is great. Alright, moving down another shelf. Again, we've got some more random gaming books. We've got over here in a corner, Killer by Steve Jackson Games, which is you get to assassinate your friends. It's a lot of fun. Oz, Dark and Terrible, which is a steampunk rendition of The Wizard of Oz, and it's dark as heck and a lot of fun to play. Over here, hiding between books, you get Aberrant, which is the White Wolf superhero game. End of the World series. I'm only missing one book in this series, and I need to pick that up soon. It's a great beer and pretzels game for standalone sessions. Cthulhu Tech, because sci-fi and the Cthulhu mythos go together oh so well. And then the books that really started my journey down this road. My first gaming books, which were handed down to me by my oldest brother, the original Advanced Dungeons and Dragons books. So, I've actually got the version of Deities and Demigods that has the Cthulhu mythos, that they had to actually recall the books and have the Cthulhu mythos taken out of it. So I've got one of the ones that wasn't recalled, and we have our first animal cameo, which is my cat, Edison. Hi, Edison. And yeah, I'm rather proud of that addition to my collection. Then moving across, family photo albums, bills, stupid adulting stuff, assorted binders that I use for notations and game ideas and whatnot. And this behemoth in the corner is actually all Magic the Gathering cards. All of it. It is a 3-inch binder that is literally filled to capacity with card sleeves, and just, yeah, I've been playing that game way too long. Baby stuff! Alright, so moving across, we've gotten to the second bookshelf. As I showed you earlier, all this stuff is Mind's Eye Theater from the revised editions of The World of Darkness. When White Wolf announced that they were going to stop printing it, I went out and bought every book I can find. And I also got handed some by people. And some of them have long since fallen apart, and I've had them spiral bound or, you know, taped back together. But I have many different versions of different books. And people who are in this gaming community in particular see this collection and just kind of go, wow. Because these are really hard to find now. So moving down, we actually get to actual books. As you can see, there's pretty much all sci-fi and fantasy here, along with my wife's pop collection that she took out of the boxes, not me. Don't get mad at me about collectible value and them being out of the box. I didn't do it. So we've got those. A Normandy model that I got her. Maleficent's chilling here in the corner. Dice bag. And random gas mask, because a little random steampunk gas mask that my wife got me for a present one year, because why not? Now here we see things getting a little bit more cluttered. We've got some more pop figures, some more fantasy, or some more novels here in the corner, and anthologies, and they're all stacked up double high. And then we get to, we have a dinner murder mystery set that we were given, that we haven't had a chance to run yet. And then card games, like L5R, Vampire, and tons of Magic. Probably easily 99% of all these card boxes are Magic the Gathering. I play, my wife plays, my oldest daughter plays, my daughter's boyfriend plays, and yeah, it's an addiction. I'm not gonna lie. Books and cards! Books and cards, books and cards, books and cards. And lastly on this shelf, we have just random other sketchbooks and notebooks and assorted other things that have shown up in the house over time. All these get used pretty much. But yeah, it's always good to have a few sketchbooks around for when you need to do maps and stuff, and spiral bound books and all the reference things that I have down here. So yeah, that's what's on my bookshelves. As you can see, I have a lot of gaming stuff. A lot. So for the next video, I'm probably going to be doing something on Wish wins and fails. Because Wish is a great resource for finding cheap prop and costuming pieces for when you're doing LARP. But you need to be really careful about what you get from there, as I've learned from experience. So I'll be pulling out a few selections from my Wish troves of stuff that's really been way past my expectations, and others that have been way below my expectations. So yeah, again, I can't believe I'm going to say these words, but please like, subscribe, push the little bell thing, and yeah, we'll see you next time.